How you guys doing? Welcome back. Today is going to be lesson 42, the morning ritual. We just got done with all of our main building materials, all of our main structural things here as I put the little wall back on it because it broke off. Aha! We got most of this done now, right? I want to discuss consistency today. There are a few things I want to discuss with a morning ritual that leads to consistency. So we're not going to have a whole class about just consistency. That would kind of be a waste of time, obviously. But I want to talk about some stuff for your morning ritual that's going to make you more successful and help you become more consistent in your, trading, in your planning, in your organization, all these kinds of great things. And go through my exact morning ritual I have every single morning. So first, I check the news. I'm going to show you some great news websites. We have market analysis. We're going to go through all the different news stations I use. I have 3 different news I just check and make sure there's nothing terrible happening, nothing incredible happening. Just go through and make sure that the news looks good, looks chill, and if it doesn't, how can I then react and be chill on a red day? How can I be more active on a green day? Second, we're going to look at the market calendar and the economic calendar. Who's talking, what's coming out. I have a great website to show you all the types of things for calendars that you'll find mightily successful and helpful to you. Third, I check the indices. That's going to be the market analysis. We have, the 4 indexes that I watch. We're going to look at the VIX and TNX one more time just to show you what I look for. And then, of course, the heat map with FinViz. What looks green? What looks red? What's developing? What can we look at to make sure we have a good day or bad day brewing, and how do we react to that? Second, portfolio management. Are there any winners or losers I have to watch after, right? Let me recheck my profit taking and stop loss strategy for all my positions that I have to ensure that I'm ready for the day. I'm going to check my sectors and see what's hot and what positions are hot. And of course, what am I missing and what can I add or subtract to make myself more successful. After that, I go to new position consideration. Is this going to be a day for me to add to my portfolio? Is it bullish or bearish? Again, if it's a red day, I want to buy low. So I may have a great opportunity. If it's a green day, I could always buy off momentum of stocks that are already low, but I have to consider these kinds of things in my morning routine. When can or should I buy it today with the information I have in front of me? Is it going to be a good morning to buy, a good afternoon to buy? Does it make sense to wait till tomorrow? Maybe it's Friday. Maybe I'll wait till Monday and see how it does then, right? Is there anything to buy or not? Then how can I, again, relax or be more active? We'll discuss that today as well. And then let's finalize our morning. We're going to talk about risk management, all the analysis we've talked about, goal setting we want to discuss as well, macro markets, of course, our trading plans and our consistency. We'll end our morning talking and thinking about, hey, today's blank, it's good, it's bad. I should do A, B, C with risk management. I should do A, B, and C with the macro markets, so on and so forth. So that being said, when it comes to being consistent, your morning's where it all starts. Lesson 42, let's discuss some morning rituals you should have. So of course, I break this down mainly into 4 categories. The first being market analysis. Start your day here, right? Drink your coffee, take a shower, shave, whatever it is, and then go check the markets. I usually start with fundamental news. Just gets a little bit easier to read, gets my brain going, gets me moving. I have a few great websites. Let's check them out. So this is investing.com, most popular news. I'll check this in the mornings. We're going to have some great articles coming out. Again, news, most popular. Latest works as well. Stock market works, maybe economy. Wherever you want to start, right? I usually start with latest. And again, we see Tesla, hits another record. Q3 looks good. Biden says he'll work like hell to pass infrastructure. These things are important. Top EV stocks to own. I can go through these real quick. Looks pretty good. Most popular, you can go through. S&P, strong start to October as, Merck COVID pills lifts sentiment. Trump asked U.S. judges to force Twitter to restart his account. Go through some of these articles, some not that important. Stock markets, you can go through these. Again, nothing too crazy on this Friday. Nothing bananas going on. Looks fine to me. The Seeking Alpha has some really good resources as well. Wall Street Breakfast, what moved markets. It's always a good conversation to read through right at the end of the day. Looks pretty good. I like to read through this one as well. And of course, you have top stocks, latest news, notable calls on the move. You can start anywhere you want to. I like to go with tech news as well sometimes in the morning. Looks good. Sony, eBank, whatever it is. Maybe some healthcare news, right? You also have energy news. Energy's been killing it. You can go here. XLE looks really good. DHT, ARC looks pretty good. And our third website is tackletrading.com, a great website. Good resources. Tackle Trading has some really good stuff with their news category. Biden embraces economic agenda. Morrison sold to Clayton, Rice, and other people. Markets rate to be spooked by rising bond yields. Some really good articles to read through as well here. So I go through these articles 20 minutes at most, maybe 15. I'm not the biggest reader. If you've watched my channel, I can't spell, and I'm not that good at reading anyways. But I always start my morning reading some articles and going through what the day may have for me. After that is the economic calendar. Let me show you that real quick. This is a great website, Forex Factory. I don't do Forex. They have some really important stuff coming out here. There's also a bunch of websites you can look up for like the speakers of the day. Next week is going to be 10-4 through 10-8. And I can see on Monday the CPI for CHF's coming out. Europe here. The OPEC meeting is going to be all day on Monday. You know, OPEC's meeting again. And you can see what's really cool about this website is it actually has an impact calculator here. And so you can see, it's on here, I don't think it is. Usually it shows it. But the gray means not impactful. Yellow's kind of impactful. Orange, impactful. Red, very impactful, right? You can see maybe on like 10-4, we have our 10-year bond auction. RBA rate statement's going to be there. You know, ISM services, official cash rate comes out on the 5th. I mean, you have ADP, non-farm employment changings coming then, bank holidays and becoming then, all those types of things. I go on this and make sure the day doesn't look too catastrophic, because if it does, I'm going to move on and probably just be chilling that day or wait for some red to buy in. Also, my Discord, we post all this stuff every day with every speaker as well. So after I do that, I know the news. Fundamentally, I seem pretty covered. After that, I do my index check. Let's go through this together one more time. So off the bat, Dash ES is where I start. I'm going to look at the indexes and see here. SPY also works fine for you guys as well who like spider indexes, but Dash ES, you know, you can see in this time period, obvious downtrend. Sure, maybe we're seeing a wedge forming. Who knows right here. Again, big green day. Do we break a higher high? Do we break a lower high eventually? Do we have a higher low? What's happening? I check Dash ES or SPY. Next, I check NQ or QQQ. With QQQ, I use the CCI indicator. That's where those lines are right there. But with NQ, right, does the support hold? Do we have a nice resistance trend? Is it forming maybe again a downward channel? Is it a broadening wedge like this? Who knows? But I check these next. After that's always a Russell 2000. Very easy horizontal play right now. Hitting a resistance. It's probably going to consolidate some. You can also use IWM as well to check these things as well. But I always check the Russell 2000 next. Make sure we have green or red where it's happening pre-market. And then, of course, Dash YM with the Dow 30. Super easy horizontal play. Could have bought in here perfectly, made a great amount of money. Or DIA, the exact same chart. I was watching this uptrend that broke down. And you can see very easy support play. I then check there. Next, we check the VIX. Of course, VIX. Is it going higher? Is it going lower? Again, over the last 10 years, you can see it just spikes. Every time there's a big spike, it's a great day to buy. Today, seems like a great day to buy. Now it's coming back down, showing some life. You don't really want to buy at the bottom. You want to buy towards the top on these peaks. You know, anytime it spikes up, you want to buy. I check the VIX. And lastly is TNX. If you know what TNX is, it's the interest rate. And whenever this goes up, the market does not like it. So with VIX, when VIX spikes, most times stocks go down. When TNX gaps up or spikes up, stocks are going to go down usually. So I like to track the TNX. And again, I don't like to chart it because it's not really going to follow a chart by any means necessary. It's just really fundamentally driven. But we can go to the 10-year real quick. Usually it's around $23. I've done some math. Usually it stays around 23 bucks. Currently, we're at 14. If this spikes up any higher, we may have an issue. But while it's below 23, kind of falling off, it's a great time for everybody. But if this does spike up like how this week, see how it spiked up 20% or so? Go back to Dash ES. What did it do? Womp, womp, womp. So whenever TNX goes up or VIX goes up, I'm more likely to buy low and sell high. I wait for some life. But when those spike up, most people sell. I'm buying, so I'm ahead of the market cycle. I'm ahead of the other idiots who get scared. So that's where I check most of my charts with, are those. I double check all that to make sure it's good. And lastly, with market analysis is a nice heat map. This again will be in the description box. You can see on FinViz, it gives you what's looking hot, what's looking cold. Of course, technology is all of these. Comm services are all of these. Cyclical is all of these. As you can see, defensive, all these, yada, yada, yada. This shows you like infrastructure, how they're doing for the day. Consumer electronics is just Apple. software, application, CRM, INTU, ADSK, right? AMAT with healthcare and technology